So if you tell, okay, this is the question and I think I can solve it in this approach where I
Hmm.
can iterate is using two pointer or something, so now you are basically earning brownie points,
Hmm.
that in case if you're not able to solve, the
Yeah.
interviewer knows, okay, he has the idea but he just could not solve within the time frame.
Yeah. So hello everyone. Today we have a special guest on our channel. We have Wasif. So Wasif, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, hi Ashish. So first of all, thank you for being calling me out here. It's a nice platform where we share everything. So hello everyone. My name is Wasif Irshad, and I belong from a small city Dhanbad, which is in the state Jharkhand, and I have currently 2 years of experience all in all, and I graduated from Nitya Meenakshi Institute of Technology, Bangalore in 2021. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and I think you forgot to mention he's working as a SD at ServiceNow. That's what we have him here for. So over to you, Wasif. Tell us about your interview experience, how you cracked ServiceNow, everything in details.
Yeah, sure. So basically, it was that phase of my time when I was regularly applying to different companies, all in all, and getting interviews, getting rejected in few of them.
Yeah.
So that was when I was applying back like 6 months before, 6 to 8 months before, and eventually when the ServiceNow recruiter dropped in that he wanted to interview me based on basically the resume that he saw.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a 15 minutes call, a telephonic call, where he asked me about my skills, my technical expertise, my previous experiences, basically, and if I aligned with the job description of
Hmm.
ServiceNow or not. So we had a 15-minute short telephonic call where I agreed that we will have an interview, and then eventually we he aligns the interviews for me. So all in all, we had 4 rounds of ServiceNow
Yeah.
interview, basically, and most of them, I would say, like all of them were technical only,
Hmm.
that mostly revolved around data structures,
Yeah, and
my,
yeah.
yeah, data structures, my resume based,
Hmm.
and also on system designs. So that was all, if I sum up in the 4 rounds.
Hi everyone, let me quickly pause the video to let you know of a great opportunity from Cryo. So in case you don't know what Cryo is, then Cryo is a platform where you can upskill yourself so that you can crack the placement that you want to. So if you want to become a software developer in your dream company, then you need to take a look at the fellowship program in software development from Cryo. So this is a program that they have where they'll teach you everything that you need to know in order to crack your dream job at your dream company. And they have a placement guarantee along with the program, so in 9 months, they'll fully train you so that you can become the best full stack developer that any company would want to have. And the program is made in such a way that you learn every required skill, right from building great projects to system design to data structures and algorithms. And you'll be working on real life projects under industry experts so that you get real life experience and so that you can build your own portfolio. The placement statistics is amazing. You get 11 LPA, which is the average dream package, and you have 22 LPA, which is the average super dream package. And they have 700 plus hiring companies that hire directly from Cryo. And Cryo is a motto of learn by doing. So every time you're learning something, you'll be working on something parallelly so that you can learn by building real life projects and so that you get actual work experience instead of mugging up theoretical concepts. And all of these benefits you're getting with a guaranteed placement, and you can get all of this with an EMI option of as low as 7K per month. And that's not even the best part. The best part is that you have a free trial. In case you want to check out the program before you commit to it, then you can check it out for free and you have a free trial available. I'll give a link in the description. From there, you can check the program out, you can check the placement statistics, and you can book the free trial from there. So go click the link in the description and book your free trial now.
So majority was data structures and algorithms, as we all know, like
Yeah,
that's one of the prior topic
main thing.
everybody talks about. So if I talk about the first round, so the first round was also taken by an engineer at ServiceNow, and there were basically two questions on data structures, and the round was about like close to 45-50 minutes, and I was given two questions to solve, like 30 minutes each if I could solve those. The first question was mainly around 2D arrays
Hmm.
and matrices, how good you are playing around with arrays, and if you can solve some questions on that. So he gave me one question on that, and the other question revolved around stacks and queues, basically, if you can play around with parenthesis
Hmm. Hmm.
stacks
Hmm.
and using a combination of stacks and queues. So I would say those, basically that round was also easy to medium only, and we can find the such type of questions on LeetCode too.
Yeah.
So that was my round one. And then after that I had round two. So round two was also a data structure based round. And one of the so it was also a 45 to 50 minutes round that it happened. It was taken by a senior software engineer at ServiceNow. And it basically evolved around DSA questions. The first question was around binary search tree and
Hmm.
a couple
Yeah.
of other stuffs. So he twisted it around and he asked me if you can solve it or not. So I did that, and after that there was another second question, and it was basically how efficiently you handle edge cases
Hmm.
and all. So that was there. So it also was around 45 to 50 minutes. Yeah. And after that we had the third round. So third round was also, so one thing I forgot to tell, so the second round was also I would say closer to medium level questions on lead code.
Hmm. Yeah.
Not a hard one of course, but it was a medium level
Hmm.
question.
Hmm. Hmm.
The third round was also taken by someone senior at ServiceNow, and it was a mixture of basically he put the first as a DSA question and other
Hmm.
was revolved around the JavaScript projects that I
Hmm.
had on
Hmm.
my resume. So the first DSA question which he asked, I am not sure what it was, but yeah, it was a easy to medium only like
Hmm.
DSA question. And other was on my resume base. So basically on resume I had few JavaScript projects. So he had very like feedback questions. Okay, why did you made this project at the first
Hmm.
place? And for example, if you had a login mechanism, what is the like for the password? What did you use? Like which algorithm did you use, and why did you use this? So such type of questions to understand the thought process.
Hmm.
So it mostly revolved around that. And after that there was a fourth round of interview, and this was basically taken by the hiring manager. So this was the one round which I think he grilled me a lot on this. And it basically it has multiple verticals in round four, I would say,
Hmm.
step by step. The first thing when he came, he asked me about, he put me a DSA question. Basically it was not a DSA round to code, but he told me, Vasaf, tell me three approaches to
Hmm.
solve this question.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, I understand that you have crossed three rounds, so you are at least good,
Hmm.
somewhat good with
Indeed.
problem
Hmm.
solving. But can you come up with three different approaches simultaneously over here
Hmm.
to solve a question? So that was, he told, he came up with, and he told me to write a pseudo code with three different
Hmm.
approaches. So I was able to do that. I eventually I had two approaches up front, and the third approach I struggled a bit, but I came up with that. Then at ServiceNow we also had like leadership principles and all.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
he wanted to understand, like, is he a co-worker or
Hmm.
he does it single based? So can you work as a team, win as a team? So we have some like leadership principles at ServiceNow
Hmm.
too,
Hmm.
like be humble, be hungry but humble, so
Hmm.
win as a team.
Yeah.
So do I fit into those or not? So those were the aspects that was also checked. And very importantly, as I tell, that system design is also a part.
Hmm.
So that was a major chunk of the round four basically. It basically talked, I had IMDb system design basically, where he talked about if can you he talked about different things on that, like
Hmm.
design process, the architecture, like load balancers, CDNs are there, right? So we had a very deep discussion on that, and if he had further feedback questions on each of these, okay, how can, would you have something more to talk about such aspects, these aspects? So those were some aspects of these. And it went along, the system design round went long, and apart from that he also asked me some SQL question, databases question
Hmm.
basically. So how efficient I am with respect to like scalability and all.
Hmm.
Can I write good, if I can write code, can I write good scalable codes or not? So he was testing in all ways actually, like all the four places. Is he good or not? And few questions on a previous organization also, what was the work which I did,
Hmm.
was it really impactful or not? So in my previous organization I had a good amount of work done on REST APIs. Like REST
Hmm.
APIs were something which I have really worked more in my previous organization. So there were more lot of discussions on that in round 4 as well. So yeah, those were the four rounds that went. And after that, with the HR I had few conversations. It was basically on the offer, like they liked it,
Hmm.
all the
Hmm.
four rounds, and they were planning to have me on board. So so they asked me to negotiate on the offer. So well, I was not very upfront much how much service now pay at that time.
Hmm.
So I there are many means, like we go on Glassdoor, we check on
Hmm.
multiple
Even
uh,
on YouTube,
even on
lots of
YouTube,
videos.
definitely. Yeah,
Hmm.
I also checked on lead code. Like on lead code, we have a places where their anonymous discussion happens. How
Hmm.
much is the market providing? What is
Yeah.
your value and all? So I had something a mindset of that, what the market provides and what
Hmm.
I can ask for. So I negotiated a bit, and I definitely tell people also to negotiate.
Hmm.
Don't be greedy, but definitely negotiate to what
Yeah.
you think you are capable of. That what the market values and how much you value yourself.
Hmm.
So and yeah, after that I accepted the offer.
Okay, so a lot of DSA was there in the rounds, right? Every round, some form of DSA was asked only, right?
Yeah, correct. A lot of them were asked, basically to understand the problem solving approach. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, what advice would you give to students who are watching this video? Like, how can they prepare so that they can also get good at DSA like you and crack a company like this?
Yeah, Ashish. So first and foremost, advice that I would give to anybody, and I think they would have heard it from other people as well, is like being consistent.
Hmm.
So being
Yeah.
consistent basically means like not going out and picking up at the NESD sheet or going on lead code
Yes.
and trying
Yeah.
out easy question, medium question. The bare basic stands like you should know the flow of what arrays are. How can you play
Hmm.
with 2D arrays? How pointers work? Like, are you comfortable with
Hmm.
playing around with code or not? So that's like the basics. Like you should understand the code flow, and you are able to code the small like easy questions also.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
understand recursions also. Like in recursion also, like after what will happen after 4 iterations. So you
Hmm.
should be able to track it down and understand. Once you are like very comfortable with these type of approaches, then I would say you can start picking up any lead code easy questions, or even
Hmm.
if not that, or even if it does not matter, then we can pick up any hacker rank. I personally feel that I started with personally with hacker rank,
Yeah. Me
then I
too.
eventually shifted to geeks for geeks,
Yeah.
and then I eventually shifted to lead code. So like that's how I had a transition. I also picked up SD sheets from different people. I tried to solve as much as possible because it gives an idea of
Hmm.
like the questions that might not come but similar to that might come.
Hmm. Yeah.
So and we should also pick one topic and like try to understand it completely.
Hmm.
When I say completely, it means like if I, for example, I picked up link list, so I
Hmm.
should understand link list completely and solve a major chunk of questions as such that I'm comfortable with the topic.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter if I know graphs or not, doesn't matter
Yeah.
if I
Before
know
moving to other topic, right?
with the topics. Yeah, so that topic you should understand it, because it's
Hmm.
not that the same question will be asked. It's about the concept that you have
Hmm.
built. Over that any
Right.
questions come, so you were able to solve it.
Hmm.
And one more thing which I think is very important, I missed it as a part of the round, which I inculcated across all the 4 rounds, is thinking out loud.
Hmm.
So when I was given a question, I was not very confident that I might not be able to solve it.
Hmm.
There are chances, like I see the question, okay, I know, but there can be chances that
Yeah.
I'm out of time or something.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you have to think out loud in front of the interviewer. So if you tell, okay, this is the question and I think I can solve it in this approach where I
Hmm.
can iterate is using two pointer or something, so now you are basically earning brownie points,
Hmm.
that in case if you're not able to solve, the
Yeah.
interviewer knows, okay, he has the idea but he just could not solve within the time frame. So these are the brownie points that we should earn, like thinking out loud in front of the interview. So it just adds up there. So yeah, and start from the basics, go slow, it's okay, but be consistent. I think that's all what slowly steps up and you eventually pick big.
So I think that covers pretty much everything about the interview experience of ServiceNow. So thanks a lot, Vasif, for coming on my channel, and I'm really glad that you shared a lot of great tips and advice to people watching. So again, thanks a lot for coming on my channel and sharing your journey. I hope it will help a lot of students. Thank you.
Thanks, Ashish.